I'm with Sophie and Rohan, who've done very well on the first day. Tell us how you went.
Yeah, we've had 2-1s. Bryce has certainly made those extremely hard. We expected him to be difficult, but that second race today, where it blew in strong, it's probably one of the windiest races I think we've almost done together, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, as an
Pretty
NS.
tough conditions.
Yeah, they were pretty exciting reaches, weren't they?
They were fantastic, and yeah, Bryce upwind just had another gear. We'd sort of reached the limit, and he just took off. And luckily, we sort of stuck within spitting distance of him and got him on the wing mark with just going over him, and then held him out to the finish. So yeah, the second race was extremely hard.
Tell us about the boat you're sailing for this regatta.
Yeah, it's a Tiger, stock Mark Thorpe tyre. I actually put it together, just fitted it out and did the rigging, and spec'd his mast and sails for him last year for Cronulla, and towed it down to Cronulla for him, and Greg drove up from Tasmania and collected it. So, and unfortunately, with some crewing issues he's had this year, he has only had sailed the boat a couple of times since Cronulla. So it's almost like getting on my own boat. It's terrific.
And Sophie, what was Rohan like today, particularly when it got a bit tense?
I think generally, like the level of intensity that he gets to is, I don't know, I think our personalities sort of balance it out. And definitely today, we were just working on communication and communicating clearly to each other. And like sometimes in the urgency of the moment, things get a bit intense, but no, it was good today.
Yeah. I think my intense adrenaline level in that second race just reached 11. It was peaking pretty hard when I saw how fast Bryce was going once it got to that really strong condition.
He was pushing us.
Yeah, it was hard, and
So how much did you beat him by?
Well, he actually capsized coming around the bottom mark. They got a jib caught in the cleat and put it in, so it ended up being quite comfortable in the end. But it would have been less than a boat length, I'd say, and it could have gone either way around the bottom mark, and the last bit of the work was only 150 yards, so it was going to be extremely tight.
Yeah, there was one stage on the last reach, and I sort of felt this thing at the back of my head, and turn around, and Bryce's jib is like right there. So that was pretty close.
Bit of a laughing match when you're doing 20 knots downwind is always fun. So, but luckily we were below him, so we were able to hold him up, because he was. We'd sort of caught with a little bit much board, so he just had that little bit of pace with us on that reach, and but it was just enough that we could go until we needed to square run in, and then he had to follow our wake into the buoys. So.
And tell us what you think the rest of the regatta's got in store for us.
Well, I mentioned to you, Adrian, last night that I wasn't keen on an early regatta chat to you, but it's. Look, I think we're going to be pushed extremely hard by Bryce. It's nice to get the invitation race in the bag. I know it's a bit of a hoodoo for everyone to win the invitation, but I'm always of the opinion that the race committee goes out there and puts in the effort. The competitors should put in the same effort to actually make it a decent race. So we went out and gave it our all, and we had a good race and blew out the cobwebs. And but I think Bryce has certainly shown us today, if there's breeze where we're dumping sheet, he's going to be a very hard person to keep behind. How
did you think Port Dalrymple handled the races today?
Yeah, great. I mean, we had shifts of, I'd call them 100 degrees out there today. The first race is extremely stressful. Leading the whole race, just watching the whole fleet come down, and you went 20 knots when you're sitting there in 5. But they shifted the course well. They didn't shift it and have to shift it back, because they just sort of averaged the breeze out. And it's a gorgeous place to sail. It's cold water in between races, but once you're racing, you don't feel it. It's it's a shame we don't have 100 boats down here, because I tell you what, it's some of the best racing I've done in the fleet.
All right, thank you very much. That's excellent. Thank you.